What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Diego Forlan, the Trophy Titans hero that is still a 4-star 4-star. It's coming in at about 570 to 580 at the moment, and again, dynamic, look incredible. I feel like he could have done with an upgrade. Maybe a 4-star 5-star would have been quite nice, maybe even a double upgrade, but unfortunately we're stuck with the single one. Obviously the World Cup is still a 91 rated, and this is pretty much just an upgrade, to be honest. It's basically an inform. Obviously his normal hero does have a 4-star 4-star as well, so pretty much this is just going to be one little bit better than the World Cup. That being said, I still enjoy the World Cup. It's a good card. Great pace, great shooting, dribbling looks pretty good, great composure. The card is genuinely a nice one, and plus the dynamic with a trophy is always goated. I would have liked, if anything, maybe if they didn't give him the 4-5, that would have been, again, nice. But maybe some traits would have been nice as well. They can do anything with these, so it just feels like a little bit of a lazy upgrade. Obviously, last week we did get Lucio, we did get Yaya. This week we have had an SBC for Marquisio, but I feel like the heroes have definitely been outshone from the icons, especially when you're going against an R9. That's just naturally terrifying. But in terms of Forlan, we're going to jump into some champs with him. Hopefully he can outshine Ben Yedder today. Whether he can will be the question. So let's jump straight into him. Make sure you like and subscribe on this, and let's get into it. Are you tired of using players like this? I would much rather have teams more like this. Then I recommend going over to skycoach.gg for all of your coaching and coins needs. They are cheap, fast and reliable, but at the checkout make sure you are using code JT11 for a discount on your orders. Back to the video. The question is, will we see 300,000 coins worth of value other than just a shiny trophy in obviously the dynamic? That is predominantly what that World Cup's coming in at 280. I'm going to see if this can really step up to the mark. I feel like he's going to be very, very samey. Obviously, the 5-star weak foot would have been absolutely perfect for him. Even a 5-star skiller would have just given us something new for this card and given you almost a reason to have him or buy him. Obviously, the price will drop as well, so we're not fully sinking our teeth into the fact that he hasn't had much of an upgrade other than an inform, but we still move. Looking for that through ball if he can. He finds a Pires touch. I will say, if you are playing foot champs on Friday at midnight or Saturday at midnight, you are an absolute demon. I've played like 3 matches. Every single one has been like 5 goals between us. Into Forlan. Seems like he's got a little bit of mobility issues at times. Obviously, passing-wise should be relatively good, but I'm not seeing a huge amount from his dribbling compared to what I'm used to with him. Obviously, since I've last used his World Cup card, we've had a huge increase on defense. And he's feeling okay, but I'm not seeing anything spectacular at the moment. And like I said, we are playing against some absolute top-tier players at the moment. They just seem to be coming out of the woodwork everywhere. Forlan puts in a bit of Mbappe. What on earth is that first touch? I thought he should have had something a bit more. Definitely being more of the assisting striker, which I definitely would have thought he'd have been the finisher more than anything. Mbappe doing the massive runs. That's a great ball. Into Forlan, looking for that 1-2 if we can. Little double from Mbappe. He's going to lead in a bit of Figo. Back to him. That's got to be a stab in the dark at the minimum. And thank you very much. That took a lot longer than I thought. It genuinely must be champs today, because literally he feels a lot better. He doesn't necessarily feel like he... Look at that. Like, oh no. That was poor. Animation's got him screwed up. But foot champs, he just felt like he was always really slow, very bulky. But I don't know if it is literally just the opponent that we're going against, because... Oh, that's a good goal. Fair enough. I'm going to open my mouth before we go too far. But he definitely feels a lot more open to pass to. He's got a little bit more breathing space. The players that I'm playing in champs at the minute, the last 4 or 5 games have been absolute hell. They've been incredibly gifted in defending. Obviously, they're blocking everything, and it's given no room for someone like a Forlan to at least have a little run onto. Like, this is the perfect scenario. You want your 1-2, and you want to find a bit of Forlan there. If you can't, then you go for the little power shot. It's not bad. And then say power shot. It's just a driven shot across goal there. That would have been the perfect scenario, because we know long shots. He's got that. He's got that in his locker. His finishing is very good. His pace should be very good as well. At times, feeling a little bit less compared to what it actually does say on the card. But like I say, could be who I'm against. We see that run of play there. Can we go across this time? Great finish. Very lucky, but great finish. Find a bit of opening for Forlan. Get the chest. Ooh, good defending again. Into his feet, get the spin off. It's a lovely bit. Was kind of hoping he'd move it over, but we managed to get the near post. Solid finish. Like I say, finishing wise, not a problem whatsoever. Really consistent finish as well when he's getting that chance on goal, obviously. Into his feet, looking for the spin off. Lays off nicely. He's a very utility sort of striker. Oh, that's gone a bit too far. Can we get the winner? Do we get the... Hey, Maldini making a mistake. Never say that too often, but I feel like this is where the perfect place for him would be. Where can we find a little ball into him? Oh, that's cracking. It's a great... Oh, second follow-up there. It's a great start there. It's a good ball from Virgil, which... Again, in the top end, you're never expecting that, to be honest. But again, another assist, if you could call it that. Little turn. Maldini's going to be the big test for him, to be fair, going forward there. Just absolutely nailed him. Get ahead. Did he manage to win? Ooh, a little free kick as well. Can we see him off there? Little through ball. He's got Maldini coming across. Physicality-wise, I can't remember what did he even have? 82. It's not terrible. It's definitely... better than some strikers I've seen. I'm going to try and bring him out. He's gone for the power. It's a great shot from Torres. What do we got? 82 strength, 70 aggression. Should be able to hold his own a little bit against him, to be honest. I wouldn't say it'd be totally useless on a one-on-one. Not necessarily the cup of tea that you want to go for every time, but sometimes could be worth it. Oh, there it is. Little 1 and 2. Oh, that's a great tackle. That is a great tackle from Maldini there. Obviously risky at times. If I didn't pass it, then you're going straight through the back of him. But risked it for the biscuit and came away with a winner. Looking for that through ball. Oh, Maldini's just an absolute giant in defence. Really knows what he's doing. Can we go? Oh! It's just that second. 92 pace. There's no way. I cannot remember what chem style I've gone for, but if I've not gone that Hunter, then this is a disrespect for him because that does not feel like 92 pace whatsoever. He's offside as well. It's off the mark. He's got 93 acceleration, and I'm finding that he's just struggling to get going, and that really shouldn't be a problem with somebody with that amount of pace. It should be absolutely electric. I don't know what body type he is yet, but he definitely should be flying through. Even Perez feels like he's absolutely destroying it as we go through. Definitely should have hit that a little bit sooner. Average body type. It could explain, obviously, the fact that he's just not getting off the mark, but it... it definitely should feel faster. I definitely have seen bulkier cards feel rapid when they're going off the line. It just feels like he's stuttering a little bit. It's not get going, and once you get up to speed, that's fine, but you've got to get past them first. Can we find the head of Forlan? And he's gone for the volley, gets the hat-trick and equalised the game up. Very quiet. This guy is, again, put on the second gear, managed to go ahead, but Forlan is not dying. Mbappe with a cracking little run for him. And again, it's a great assist from him. Is Mbappe going to finish it off here? Again, he repays the assist straight away. And that's it, he's done. So then, bar from just the obvious that we've been saying the whole time, it's currently coming in, I think about 590, 595 is what I'm currently getting him at. Obviously, we've managed to get him at 570, which is not a bad 20k profit after tax, obviously. In terms of the card, what can you notice of the difference, really? So we've got the 91. So if you're looking from the base, it's a great upgrade from the hero. Obviously now that's a 28 card. It's nothing. It's out the water. I wouldn't recommend getting base hero Forlan. It's just not. There's so many cards out there. Then we move on to the World Cup. 285, reasonable card, good pace, good shooting. I can't really argue for it. So the extra value, yes, we will lose a little bit more of the price coming down. If we were, in fact, it's going to be very hard to estimate a price because obviously when we look at the two here, they're going to be mega expensive. And then obviously Donovan and Lundberg are very cheap. But for instance, we know Lucio, one of the best centre-backs in the game. Like, everybody raves about him. First day, it's coming in at 3.4, drops to 2.8, eventually is equaled out at 2.3. So we know that even after the first day, they are going to drop. That's just naturally how it works. The more that's packed, the less demand for him, the less of the price. It's just standard. Obviously, we've got Ollie here, 40. Marquisio is an SBC, so that's fine. Cole, even at 91. I can imagine he will drop to probably 400, I can imagine, because he's got to be a bit more expensive than Forlan's World Cup, but in general, it doesn't have to be too much, as it just isn't in form. It doesn't need to be so much more expensive, as he's still got the 4-star. He's not got any upgrade other than an in-form upgrade, so it's a standard. There's no difference in this card, really, and obviously, it has the same positions, I believe: centre forward, left wing, striker, centre forward, left wing, striker. I did feel like the acceleration needed a bit of tweaking. Could have been the opponents, could have just managed to block him off straight away. Once he got going, that you could tell. That was when he was actually pretty decent with it. The chem style you're obviously looking at is going to be an engine, maybe a hunter if you're really just going absolute everything for him. Engine would give you that bit more of an agility balance, still gets that pace up. He's obviously got incredible finishing already. We know that for him. He is a born finisher, long range, short range, outside the box, inside, header, volley, you name it. He can do that. Obviously, with a head and accuracy at 88, he's got a few things in the air as well. In terms of what he can offer you, I feel like in terms of a striker, if he was, say, minus 400,000, anywhere between 350, 400, he's a solid striker. If we're looking at the strikers in that sort of caliber, because yes, there is 10 times better strikers. You just look at R9's new card. Of course, there's always going to be better cards out there. If we are looking at price, say we call it 450 to say 350, because I don't feel like he'll drop much more than that yet. In fact, did I get that right? No, one more zero. So if we are looking at that sort of price, so the best one we're looking at is Isaac. Live card is going to come down in price natural. Valer, solid card. 3-star, 4-star, definitely could have done with a Trophy Titans, to be honest, but I can imagine he will get another one very, very soon. Solid card himself. Then you've got Mbappe, and this is the big problem now. Gold Mbappe beats a lot of strikers. Other than your top end, he naturally does. But let's just go off the emphasis that you need 2 strikers and Mbappe's already one, because 430k is the best gold card you can physically get and will last you most of the game. That's just natural. There's no arguments. Mbappe is king in this game, 100%. Then we look at Bobby. I'd personally take him over Bobby. Butragueno. Again, the 3-star, 5-star is nice. I'd probably take the 4-star skills over him. I'd say they're very, very similar in what they can do. Michael Owen, 5-4, looks a very good card, to be honest. Whether he plays like that will be very interesting. We'll have a look at him in a second. Depay probably would have, well, he's an SBC, but probably would have afforded him better anyway. Trophy Titans Dennis Bergkamp is apparently incredible, but he's a different sort of striker, so it's hard to make that massive comparison. You have got a push gas here, so he's really got to do some numbers. I feel like the price range is about right. If you're looking at them sort of strikers, you're not getting your R9. You're not getting a Cruyff, a Puskás, a Prime Puskás, obviously. You're not getting a Dalglish 5-5. So you can kind of expect a little bit of give and take with him. I feel like he definitely could offer you a good amount of goals. Solid card, lovely dynamic. Whether he's necessarily going to be completely endgame is debatable. It all depends on team of the seasons. I'd probably say he's not necessarily full endgame, because I do think by 3rd, 4th week of team of the season, you've probably got somebody of the same sort of caliber for a hell of a lot less. So I'd never really offer to go buy any of these cards, purely for the fact that team of the season is right around the corner, and most of these cards will have replacement cards for about 100, 200k once team of the season packs are just absolutely flying. That being said, still a nice striker, good strength on him, decent agility balance. To be fair, I do like the dribbling of him. Did take a little bit of kind of getting to go with him. Foot champs just wasn't his scene for it. I'm just playing far too many really hard players that just genuinely just blocked him off straight away. And that isn't how I play, so it just wasn't working very well. Obviously, the pace, once he gets going, absolutely fine. And the finishing is spectacular. That's the one thing I think everybody can agree. The finishing on him, incredible. Good, solid, consistent striking. And obviously will get you goals. Overall, I'd be looking at about, I'd say if I'm kind of going off icons that I've played with recently, I'd say about a 9.6, 9.5. I wouldn't quite go 10 out of 10. I do think he's up there, and especially for the price that you're looking at, very effective, but most definitely not at that top scale of a 10 just yet for me. So let me know down below what you think about him. Make sure you like and subscribe with it, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.